strategy. If things are going bad, Tiamat flies from the sky.
Oh no! Damn it! No, I don't want to die that way.
That'll be the best way to die, though.
I mean, technically, Tiamat's... Okay, as I mentioned 1,000 times, Tiamat and Bahamut are dead due to the fact that I see them as yin and yang, since both of them came from Io, Ao, however you pronounce that one dragon's name.
Wait, does that mean if we bring back Bahamut, Tiamat's coming back too?
Yeah, it's a package deal.
Wait.
Ah, shit.
Wait,
Out of character. Ah, shit. In character, we don't know this.
wait. Does that mean if we unlock Pipper's true form, we do in the world?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god! I know who Tiamat is.
Ooh.
Pippers.
Snowflake.
Yes. Yeah, she is.
Monster. Don't ever say that. You're a monster.
But seriously though, it's not something you guys have come across out of, but meta-wise, Tiamat, in my head, I imagine Tiamat and Bahamut as two primordial gods, meaning they kind of have a way of not really denying death, but going around it. Say they are to die, there's a possibility that they can come back without the use of their followers, if that makes any sense.
None at all, but okay.
I'm
kidding.
You mean it totally does, you but
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way at least I see it in my head. But everyone's different.
One way you can say it, it's kind of like the way with the demonic overloads in Eberron, in which they're concepts, so they technically can't die.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say demonic overloads?
Overlords, damn it!
Overload. No, not the load.
Too much. But Tiamat, sir, I can't afford the pay this week. The interest is too high.
A true evil capitalism.
Oh my god.
No. I would imagine Tiamat would be into loans.
She probably would. But real quick sidetrack. But yes, Cal, that is essentially how I see them. They're more a concept than an actual deity, but they're primordial, so usually primal beings have a much more loosey-goosey way on rules.
I don't want to die. I'm gonna die.
Oh my god. Also, one last sidetrack. When you said loans, I instantly thought of this one episode of The Amazing World of Gumball where they're working at a bank and the guy's just like, it's like, what are you doing? He's not robbing us. We're robbing him.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Put the money in the bag.
It's like,
Please, sir. It's like, please, I have kids. Good, we're coming for them next.
right? Fucking, that was so true with how the banks actually are.
Oh yeah.
Right. Anyway, hello everybody. I am the episode Fable of Fables, and these are my players. It's a bit later stream. We kind of got sidetracked due to some personal issues. The episode lovely Chris will not be able to join us today. He has some life things. He was fostering some puppies, and they're going to their forever home, so he won't be able to join us today.
Puppies.
But I did promise him that I will drop him from the Pippers plane.
When the time comes, you may allow him to drop from the plane. We're not calling it the Pippers copter.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you may not. Yes, Kyle, what is it?
If we can't find a blimp for a baby Sorwell, could we attach like some a helicopter-like device that I have to to pedal like a bicycle?
You mean propellers? Yeah, dude, we can totally do that. That's reasonable.
I'm imagining like a device I'll just end up blowing and killing me.
You know what? So long as Pippers is happy, that's a-okay with me. Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to it, okay?
Okay.
Because that's a little bit ahead of schedule, to be honest. But we'll make some plans, don't worry. But anyway, as I was saying, welcome to another game of Tales from Ocraria Rise of the Long Forgotten. Last week on this, the players finally got their well-deserved rest. They had returned back to Gold Shrine, where the Guildmaster had told them to take a break, with the coming information that we might be dealing with a GIF Yankee invasion in the near future. The guild leader, seeing how the group was pretty much in shambles because of all the trouble they dealt with, took a break. Sadly, the ship has been lost to them. I'm gonna retcon it a little bit. It didn't get into some fuel. In fact, the fire elemental got a hold, fought the steam golem for the essentially the nitro orb because it wanted to feel that much more power. Because it did, it expanded to the point where its flames grew stronger and stronger. And that's sadly one of the reasons the ship was lost at a quicker rate. Just things got out of hand too quickly.
This is why you never trust an elemental.
Yes, sadly, that's actually one of the things when you win a battle balloon with a fire elemental. If the ship is to be destroyed, the elemental will break free and do as it pleases. The elemental binding is broken.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's Kyle. It's Eberron stuff. But anyway.
Injury.
Yes, the thing is, the elemental is useful. The problem is they didn't account for the fact that the glass had micro fractures in them that would one day, even the slightest force would break it. No one accounted for that. How could you? No one ever expects the micro fractures. Anyway,
That's the Spanish Inquisition.
no one ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. But no,
Are there beetles in that?
yes, there's beetles in the cracks. Anyway. Right. So you guys got a 2-month-long rest. Pippers took the kids on some adventures, doing some mysteries, making some friends, earning some money, working on his stuff. He doesn't want to get into robots, so we have to have Ray do it. That's a thing. Me and him we're not arguing. We were talking about this last night.
Why? Why that series?
How dare you do that to my waifu?
Because he started it last week. Anyway.
Oh man.
Anyway.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong, you butt. But anyway, yes, that's what Pippers did. He did enjoy his time off with the kids. He did do some mysteries. He helped out a few people, solved the murder. He did solve a murder. But in one case, I do want to retcon something. All of you that have been on break already, during your vacation, you all saw a specific person. The thing is, when you looked at them, it seemed that they were watching you, but when you like, you got the feeling you were being watched. When you went to investigate who was watching you, you saw what appeared to be, each one of you saw a different person. Pippers, you saw a half-orc, Lucas now. That's a thing as well. Lucian revealed his true self, so he's no longer Lucy. In fact, now he's Lucas. Which I'm sad because I can never call him Lucy again. Right, he revealed his true name and his true self, so hopefully there'll be some good development from them in the future. Or bad, we'll see, give or take. Anyway, Lucas, you saw what appeared to be an Asimar watching you. Livia, you saw what appeared to be a human, but they kind of seemed there was more to them, so you would naturally suspect probably a Kilishtar. Webby saw a dwarf. Ink and Benji, even though Benji works at a bar, beating up vampires apparently. Ink, you saw what appeared to be another Warforged watching you. But every time you all looked to see what they wanted, they disappeared like it was nothing. And now for that, yes. So I just want to retcon that.
This is sus.
It is sus. That's what Pippers did. Lucas went back home to the orphanage where he grew up. He wanted to see if the money was used for good, which it was. The orphanage was able to repair a lot of the damages that were done due to time and wear and tear in time. They were even able to expand it, get a lot of new toys and a lot of food that they needed for the children. So the orphanage has been a lot of good for the money. Did a lot of good for them.
Good.
He came back, revealed that his real name is Lucas. What is the last name again?
Alliston.
Lucas Alliston. Yes, I'll never be able to call him Amore anymore. I'm sad. Why did you have to do this to me, Cars?
I'm just sorry.
I'm kidding. I promise. But no, he revealed himself. The group now is a bit closer now that they understand each other, and hopefully they can move on to be an even greater force for Well, chaos, given the fact that their name is a chaotic comet.
Yeah, we all found out. Apparently, we're all
Possibly
like
orphans.
orphans, or lied about names or something.
Right.
Rejected from their family, like Webby.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, to be fair, like, I was just laid in a pile and I just changed my name because I didn't like it.
Right.
Because they're
Say
because they're coming to kill me.
Right.
And Peppers might be an actual dragon that was cursed.
That's not a thing.
God!
That's not a thing. I promise you that's not a thing.
Right, because he's actually a dragonborn that was cursed. But before that, he was cursed. He used to be a dragon that was cursed into a dragonborn. So he has two curses.
Oh my god, that's not how it works.
Can we make it a thing?
I'm done with
Okay,
you guys.
okay.
I'm so done. Anyway, yes. That's what Lucine did. Livia spent some time shopping, bought some items at Gil's place, and then spent a lot of time painting.
Lucian shop too.
Right. Lucas did shop as well.
Yeah,
so
Lucas.
did Peppers, I think. Peppers, did you shop?
Yes, I believe I shopped. I don't remember what I bought. I guarantee I have it in my inventory.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure, just in case, so we don't miss anything. In case we need a retcon. Right. That's it. Webby did three things. She went on a journey to show that she's somewhat finding inner peace with herself back to the small gnomish village. She went, she sold some items, lost some money,
Of course.
bought some items, lost some money again. And yeah, I don't remember what else she did after that. She just did weird stuff. Right. Ink joined the guild, well, a thieves guild, so to speak. She joined the Black Rose Thieves Guild, a guild essentially pretty much like the Harpers, a guild created to try to make sure that nobles don't abuse their power and or take too much that they don't deserve. Like essentially, they deal with corrupt nobles to make sure they don't use or abuse their powers. Which Cody said something I don't remember last week, which is apparently taboo, or not really taboo, but certain circles is not well liked, and I honestly don't give a fuck because I don't care.
Jeez.
I don't like when it comes to things. As long as people don't kill, hurt each other, I'm fine. If they want to go against like rich people, that's fine with me too. But stay away from animal abuse and children abuse. You're fine with me, seriously. But don't hurt each other. Don't be rude to me, and we're good. That's literally all my only rules. That is literally my only rules. I'm gonna be honest with you all.
But you keep saying I'm rude to you.
Because you are, Miss Anne.
Lies.
You're a sassy lady, and we all love you for it, honestly.
I'm the sweetest person on earth. What are you
Exactly.
talking about?
Lies and slander, Miss Anne.
Don't worry. I mean, you hear how he treats me all the time. Tells me I'm a butt.
Kyle, you know you really agree you are, and you're mean to me anyway. Oh, goodness. But yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
See? Evidence. But no. Jokes aside, yeah, Ink did that. She earned some money for her paintings. Really good job. And now we're on Dushai's turn, where she helped out the dragon, the blue dragon. She cured him. He's gonna have a lot of trauma. Lady Bumblebee did say she'll hire a caretaker to watch over him. Someone specifically trained to help people with trauma. And I was looking this up. In the Book of House, there's a monk subclass called Caretaker. I thought it was a bard subclass, but turns out it's a monk one. So yeah, it's really silly. I like the Book of House. Everyone, get the Book of House. It's good. Anyway, right. After that, Dushai, you went to the desert, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you went to the desert where you found Ziegmeyer, and he asked you a favor. he said if you'd be able to help him find the rest of the knights of the forge, because you're going to need as many allies as possible. He has no idea where they are, but he's more than happy to. Was more than happy to give you a reward or give you money ahead of time. And his arm fell off, so Pippers, please fix his arm. Please.
Baby!
Pippers!
What?
See? See, he's mean to me.
I don't know. I was somewhat distracted. My cat was nibbling on my toes, and I don't know why.
Oh my god. And Dusha used it for books, where she talked to an apparition, a shade, an echo of Dothrai. And she found out something. Her deity and him once knew each other. Or like you but put it last week, we're getting it on. Fucking hell, dude.
Donkey Kong.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I mentioned one person having a relationship, and you're all like, they're getting it on like Donkey Kong. Motherfucker. I hate you all.
Whispers in the night.
Right, so we'll pick up today with the rest of Dushai's thing, and then we'll move forward 2 months. Oh, right. Dushai, you were given about 400 gold from Lady Bumblebee for bringing all those animals to her. That's what I wanted to retcon earlier. I forgot to mention that. I apologize.
I apologize.
So we all get 66 gold and 6 silver.
Silver.
Don't forget to add it to Webbies.
One day silver will have more value than gold, guys. Keep your silver.
Yes.
I have over 2,000 silver at the moment, so...
Invest in the bank, maybe. I don't know. But yes, Dushai. We'll pick up where we left off, where you had just gotten the request from Sigmaya, and you had returned home. What was the rest of what you wanted to do? I know you wrote it down, and I don't remember, so please help me.
Alright, let's see. Did that. Alright. Once Pippers is back with the kids from their mystery adventures, I'm taking them because now it's mommy's weekend with the
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, so I'm taking the kids and Poison Fang, Callie, and Loom, and if I'm caretaking the blue dragon at the moment, I'll also take them in their dragonborn form to up north, back to what was the place called?
The Grimthor's territory?
Yeah, Grimthor's territory, but what was the place specifically called with the niece dragon? Callie's daughter.
Aurora. I'm just gonna call it Aurora's Cave because that's her name.
There you go, to Aurora's Cave.
Okay.
Yes, because, you know, they have to visit their families once in a while, like their actual blood kobolds.
Mm-hmm. They have like an uncle or something, but not really mom and dad. That's kind of why Pippers adopted them, or why Kyle kept asking me if he could have an adopted child.
Gotcha. And I'm sure Gex wants to show off his sweet shield skills to Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I bet Snowflake wants to show off her sweet mount because, you know, the baby mount got attracted to her.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I think it would be nice to show them off and then, you know, travel with Loom, have Callie spend time with her daughter that's older than her.
Yes,
and then,
you remember her daughter who's older than her.
Yes.
Right. So,
And also, you know, show the blue dragon some new stuff to, like, you know, see if they find anything common and whatnot.
okay. So you do so. The blue dragon, I think I named him Blaze. Yeah, his name was Blaze. Mostly because of the dragon plushie I bought. Fight me, Pippers.
Blazing.
I mean, I showed it to you. I don't know why you think I'm upset about it, but okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Feet
How many
me
cookies? How many cookies does Blaze eat?
about 5 a day.
That's bad for him. He's gonna get diabetes.
We're gonna get diabetes. Anyway, back on point. Right. So, Dasha, your journey to Aurora's cave is uneventful. It's very calm and quiet. The villagers and farmers you pass by are waving to you as though like they don't really know who you are specifically, but they're just kind of giving rustic hospitality, so to speak. Everyone's quite friendly. They all wave to you hi, and some that pass your cart you just tell you good day and things like that.
Good morrow, good sir.
Essentially, yeah. You're able to make it to the cave uneventful, where you are greeted a by a whole horde of by a swarm of kobold hatchlings who are excited to see you. Well, see all of you.
Oh no, are they gonna pounce on one of us, kind of thing, like they did with Pippers?
They try, but they can't. Sadly,
I imagine they can without these Callian poison thing.
no. Yeah, they greet you. Aurora, your niece, tells you hi. So yeah, everyone gets, as you said, starts showing off his amazing, starts showing off the rest and that are near his age, his cool shield skills. Um, what else? What else? What else? A lot of the younger children and a lot of some of the other kobolds start kind of like going ooh and eyeing over Snowflake's mount, Snowy. So they're like really interested in all this stuff.
Sweet.
Aurora just smiles and says, "Ah, hello again, Dashai, or do you still want me to call you Aunt Dashai? 'Cause this is still weird to me, but hello
Yes.
again."
Yes, I am your aunt, and you will respect my authority.
Oh my god.
Don't make me bring out the paddle.
Oh my god.
No, in this family we use our sandals.
Oh my god, the chancla, no!
Madre de Dios.
Oh my god.
No,
Me gusta.
Getting flashbacks to the Great Kuji.
okay. But yeah, aunt is fine. Even though I'm younger than you, I'm still your aunt. Just like how Callie's your mom, even though she's a different version of your mom and is obviously a lot younger than you.
I still don't understand that, but okay.
I call hacks.
Well, what brings you here of all places?
Just wanted to bring Gex and Snowflakes home. You know, have them spend some quality time with their dragon and kobolds. Inform me about the oncoming destruction of the raid of the gifts. Just normal stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
And then that's when I'll explain everything to
Right. She's just like, Auntie Shy, okay, come with me. Come with me to my inner chamber so we can speak of this and not worry the others.
I think they're fine, and I'll look over to see, like, Poison Fang drowning in kobolds. Like, I hate this place.
Yes, essentially that is what's going on. Right. I'm sorry, what's invading?
The GIF, apparently, we met one of their scouts. They informed us that the rest of the army's coming in a few months, kind of deal. So I thought it would be good to, inform everyone that I can meet. I sent a lot of letters and stuff. I still probably should send one to the Queens of Silvermoon. I totally forgot about that.
Well, I want to say thank you for letting me know this in person, but the snowbots aren't exactly that battle hardened, or they're more pacifists if anything.
Right, so I figured, you can spend these a few months before they arrive kind of thing to make a safe haven. I'm building one at the farm, like an underground thing. So, big drop, booms, fire everywhere kind of thing doesn't get, hurt them while they're underground, so...
Yes, but, right. I'll start making plans. I was happy to see you because I had found some news I thought you'd be interested in, but now I don't even know if it's worthy of hearing.
Wait, what news? Tell me the news. Tell your auntie the news.
Well, after after you all came before and told me about this growth rot, I started throwing out all the tomes I have, trying to understand to see if I could find any information. And I found a little bit of information that might be of interest to you, but and oh, also I had received a letter from, well, not a letter, but a visit from, well, my mom, my this version of my mom, not the one outside currently being chased by the snowballs.
Does she think it's weird too that the younger version of herself is here?
Yes, not only that, but I don't know how to explain this, but she has memories of you, even though she's never
Yes.
met you.
See, aunt.
She said she wanted to meet you, but she had to deal with some pressing matters in the Crystal Glacier. Well, usually that's where she stays, but she says things there are becoming a bit more hectic, and she wanted to make sure they don't get too out of hand. So it's
Crystal
this.
Glacier.
Yes,
That's
it's the continent to the where she would be standing. I want to say.
oh, I think my map's wrong because I think this says Crystal Glaze. I think
Crystal,
Lucian was fucking with this. Maybe it was Pippers.
Crystal Glaze. That's the one.
What?
That's the one. It's the Crystal Glaze. It's the continent. It's the continent to the east of here. It's been untouched by man for many years. You mostly find dragons and a few species of animals and a few species of different creatures you all have never encountered. My mom speaks of it, but she says no one is allowed there for many reasons, and I don't know why.
So you're saying my sister, who's not the one outside right now, is giving me permission to go somewhere that no man has ever been before?
I'm not saying that. No, not no. She said if you're ever in the vicinity, she would like to meet you. I'm not. No. Oh,
So that's total permission if she says she wants to meet me, because how else would she need to meet me if I'm around that area?
I give up. I give up.
So that's when Dust just flies off and you'll never see her again.
No, she catches you before you do anything stupid. No.
No, I want to see
No.
Callie.
No.
Callie.
You won't even be able to get there. Worst case scenario, you'll drown in the water because of exhaustion, you butt.
I've been exhausted before. Just
Oh
last
my
week I
God.
was super exhausted.
Oh my.
Time to roll a new character.
Time to roll a new character. Yes. Anyway, now that you're here, the other news about Gothroth, I believe I might have an information on where he was finally slain, or at least where his body might be, if that's of any use to you.
That might be important considering people are trying to bring him back. So
Yes.
maybe if we can get his body and hide it or separate it or do something.
The problem is this: my great so-and-so grandmother, Narimi, which I think I already told you that technically we're descendants of her, left a note saying this. He had made 3 plans on how to preserve his life. One was to preserve his body to one day another vessel, another soul, which I'm assuming is reincarnated soul, which I'm assuming would be Moriel Talon, was to enter it. He would become more powerful. 2, those books of yours, each one has a piece of his soul in it. So I'm assuming he needs all three ways to do this. So,
Oh, like one have a body, one have his soul, and one have his power kind
yeah,
of deal.
yes. The problem is I don't know where his power is. I know if we're right, his soul is within Moriel Talon. His body is there, but where's his power?
I doubt he would tell me if I asked him.
Wait, you talked to him? How? Are you okay? And like she She turns into a dragonborn and starts like checking you, moving your head back sideways, and then even turning you around to see if you have any scars or anything on you.
I'm fine. He shadow thingy. I have 4 of his books now, and I wanted to make sure they wouldn't cause anything, so I tested it out, and it turned out he can be in some like weird ethereal form or something like that. And I guess because I have the protection from Narumi or something like that, he can't touch me. So
she puts her hands together and literally does that face where it's just like, I have concerns.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. That's why I had to see how dangerous it'd be. But notice, I will definitely not do any more books kind of thing when we get them later, because that sounds bad. Super bad.
Please, Dashai, please, Aunt Dashai, for all that is good and holy in this world, and for your sake, my mother's sake, and my older mother's sake, please do not do anything reckless. Please, I'm begging you, if this is as bad as you say it is, things seem to be getting worse by the second, and there's only so many things we can do.
I promise I won't be reckless when it comes to Gothrot.
Oh my god, that just means you'll be reckless with everything else, but that's fine. That's the best I can do, Mom. Oh my god, Mom was right. You are insane, but at the same time, so is she. I don't... she just
that's
sits
why
down.
we're sisters.
Yes, and she'll just literally sit down on the ground, on the coal, just moving one of her fingers in the snow, just being like, things were so much easier, now this, why?
To be fair, sooner or later this was going to happen.
I know, but...
At least you have your trustworthy aunt to deal with it.
Right. Let's just enjoy what time we have with the snowballs. A lot of them missed you.
Yeah. And again, you should probably either move into that fortress before the attack happens, or, build underground, which I don't know how well that'll work with ice and snow.
Right, I'll go I'll send Voli. He'll be our ambassador to see if we can work something out with the dwarves.
Perfect.
So yeah, besides the fact that you pretty much made Aurora have, well, a nervous breakdown, you have a nice vacation with your niece and your sisters. And
awesome.
Enjoy the time there. Dad shows off his skills, Snowflake shows off her cool new pets, and she even talks about how she was able to help solve a mystery when she thought she found a broken twig that thought it was amazing. That totally
Did I show her a dead body?
No, you did not.
We talked about a dead body with a stick.
We talked about this, no, but I imagine that Snowflake, thinking she was helping, showed you a broken twig, and Pippers being Pippers might have told her that this is a clue. So she tells them how she helped solve the mystery by finding a clue.
And I told her that I could tell people are dead by poking a twig with them. So remember that. It's an important life tip.
Fuck you, Kyle.
No, I tell her that.
No, Kyle!
Oh, jeez.
Stop trying to ruin the happy moment, you monster!
I'd be like, yeah, their couple dad's weird. That's why he only gets them on weekends.
She's gonna have to learn this stuff sooner or later.
I don't think they really need to.
They really don't, you butt. Anyway. Yes. And we... What, Kyle? What do you want to say?
I was gonna say, hey, that's how I was raised. Dead bodies everywhere.
Kyle? Yes, but your boss is an ass.
Oh, man.
Most of my clan, the rest of the end of the workday was cleaning up our dead bodies.
Oof.
You know...
What's Pipper's realization that his kobold, clan is really different compared to a lot of other ones he's seen so far?
It's happened, several times.
But so far, I don't think we've seen another dragon dealing, with being dicks to their kobolds and stuff. So it's
Yeah, no, So every other kobold in this world is having a happy childhood. I spent my preschool years cleaning up the gore from all the kobolds that got eaten by whatever my master's pets were.
Exactly.
Actually, I would like to say, when you were in the Sunless Roads, you encountered a pack of kobolds that told you that their master was a dick, and at one point they dropped a giant rock on his head, and they thought they killed him, so they ran away.
I thought you said there was a.
Mhm.
I thought you said it was a young dragon, or is this a different kobold one?
It was the Thunderbolts, the blue ones you found in the desert. They're the ones that had a young dragon who was thrown into the Shadowfell, who you helped out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they had a relatively childhood, but not as bad as how Kyle keeps saying his was. Oh, Peppers. Yes, that's
Hey,
right. On to the next thing.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm just making one of your villains even more scary.
I know. Thank you for that. Just really do thank you for that. Even though at some points I feel like I'm gonna have to go to therapy because of how bad I'm making. Anyway. Anyway, that's shy. On to the next thing.
Last thing was deity.
Right. After your vacation with the snowballs, you are given a message. I assume that you were going to pray to her to try to give you a sign or like use one of your things.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna do this ritualistic style, so I'm setting up my room with, the ritual candles, offerings, all the goody stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Sitting like in the middle, being like, this feels familiar. Oh well. And then be like, alright. Narami.
Roll me a religion check or a wisdom,
Narami.
which one you feel more comfortable with.
Narami. I'm using my inspiration.
Okay, that's fine. I had that.
Rami! Oh, thank God I missed it.
Good thing you did. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God! I thought it was just Eclipse that had shitty rolls when it came to religion. It turns out it wasn't.
Well, I mean, Dasha isn't the most religious person from what we've seen, so I mean.
Well, that's true, but then again, she isn't from this realm, so how can she be religious in a realm she doesn't know?
God. Right, so, Dashai,
Yeah.
you are given a message from Narami. She says, "Hello again, my child. I see you have questions.
Yes.
I have the answers. All you have to do, I'm going to send some friends to pick you up. They will bring you to my temple, and there we will be able to speak face to face. If you would allow that.
Should I wait outside, kind of thing?
Look behind you. And
Slowly turns around.
you see Ashley and Mimi holding out their hands for you. Well, Mimi's holding out her her what do you call it? Elephant trunk? No.
Now.
No. Well, yeah,
Now?
she'll hold out her she'll hold out her trunk.
All right. Duh.
And you're teleported. You're instantly now surrounded by the lush forest that is Narimi's temple.
Did it get an upgrade, or is it still the same?
It's actually a lot better now. It looks more
Ooh.
lush now. It looks more clean, much more lush. Like someone has been taking care of it by the looks of it.
By the way, I
Yeah.
found out what they call elephant feet. You're not gonna believe this.
What?
Feet.
That's so stupid. I hate it. That's so dumb. I could have just called it that and been correct. Not even a paw. Nothing. Just feet. Oh my.
They're just called feet.
Come on, scientists.
You know they get lazy at some point.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes, you're teleported to Narimi's temple, where Mimi just gently uses her trunk to pat you on the head. Ashley just smiles and says, Again, when this is over, I have a big secret to tell you. You see that she's not acting like her normal self.
Oh no, this is like reverse role with me and Aurora. No,
Pretty much.
this is how she got me. Damn it. All right, I'll bow, thank them, and go inside.
Okay. You enter the temple, which before I always describe the temple as there are no lights in the temple. There are torches lit with a beautiful yellowish flame, almost radiant looking. They have been lit in this temple. You see as small bits of air blow into it because of the temple, because of the light. The torches flicker back and forth, but they don't seem to waver, no matter how much air seems to blow in their distance.
Ooh,
The
my
temple,
deity got an upgrade.
the temple has become cleaner, a lot better, and the as you look around, you see the not the manifestos. What do they call them? They call them again. The
Testament?
murals. Yes,
Heroes?
the murals have gotten cleaner as well. A lot more clear. You walk towards what the pedestal where you got your holy symbol, and the first part of the song, the scroll, the sun drop song. Why did I forget what it's called? Anyway, where Nareem, where you get a feeling that you are to place your holy symbol on the pedestal.
Well, do I have to take off the little added thing on the holy symbol or no? The bead
No,
that
you don't have
switches
to do
to.
that.
Alright, then I'll do it. Well, I was gonna do it anyways.
Right, so you do so, and well, the whole room begins to glow. Where you like it begins to glow so brightly, it kind of hurts your eyes for a split second, so you cover them. So when you open your eyes again, you are in a beautiful in what appears to be a vestige of your farm, where Narimi is sitting down on a chair, much like one you saw a long time ago, but you don't remember it. It seems strangely it seems strangely familiar, but you're not sure why. She beckons you to come sit down next to her.
I'll head over and sit down while looking around.
As you look around, you see, as I said, like a kind of like a copy of your farm, but around here you see children running around of different kinds, running around as they're playing. They seem to be having a good time playing everything, and you even see Mimi here appear out of nowhere, find like following the children, even shooting her little sparkles at the children, but only to give them glitter and such things.
Aw, those are some good kids you have there.
Yes, I promised a friend to watch over them. You see as she
That's good.
smiles, like kind of has like a she has a smile on her face, but it almost looks kind of sad when she says it.
Insight check.
Do you really want to? You know why out of
Just like
character.
Kippers.
You
Yeah, I know
why. You what?
Bam. A 6. I know shit.
Yes, you know shit.
You know, Jack, man.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, that must be a nice friend.
She is. Right. I know you have questions, and I brought you to my realm to answer them. Feel free to ask me whatever you want, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Hmm.
Though some might pain me, you at least deserve that much.
Well, I assume you know who I spoke to in the desert, right?
Yes, I do.
You know, I thought honestly you guys hooked up, but then he said commander thing, and must have been weird. And
What? Hmm. I
the
think.
thing I wanted to ask is,
Hmm.
he wasn't always like that, was he?
Yes and no, actually. He was like any other dragon, born to a mother. But from what I knew about him, he shed a great pain inside of him. But there is, but he was empty. almost like a shell. In that shell was a void that absorbed everything. I didn't, as you put it, hooked up with him. No, our relationship was different. I was life and he was death. I felt an attraction to him. One where I felt that maybe part of me could help him to balance things out. But as time grew by, his the void inside him grew bigger and bigger and started to swallow everything out. You know those Twilight clerics in your book?
Oh yeah, that one with the aura thing around with the butterflies are really pretty.
Yes, I helped them. I was the one that taught them how to use their powers to begin with. I had found an old tome a long time ago, and I had taught them. They then used their abilities to fight off Gothrot's darkness, made it better. That's why he said I betrayed him.
Ah,
I
I see.
Yes, I was never with him. I was never on his side. For a long time, I was blinded to the monster he truly was. I never once helped him hurt anyone, but when I found out what he was doing, what he had done to the Cobalt tribe he had enslaved or taken over, I had no choice but to help those around him. Normally, I would stay away from the affairs of people because I felt like I shouldn't be involved, but I couldn't stand by and watch any more innocents suffer. He, Tasha, he turned all of them into monsters, even the children. He used them against the people. Goldsrod is a monster. And the problem is, at the end, he smiled because he knew he wasn't going to die. And I ascended to godhood. I didn't mean to ascend. I guess, in a weird way, I had gotten so many followers to believe in me. I ascended. I didn't believe myself to be worthy of such an honor. So I found a young child, an orphan girl, trained her in the ways of healing, and so she took my place. And I slowly became forgotten because I wanted to be forgotten. I didn't deserve my status until you came. I made a promise to Bahamut that I would watch over you, and I intend to keep that promise to him and to you. But now that Dothrot's returning, I fear that I should have done more in the past to make sure he didn't do this. I wanted to say I am sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me, and I feel like I'm going on a rant right now, but as I said, felt like you deserved the truth. And I do hope that answers your question.
I think it does. And, you know, you don't have to ask for my forgiveness. I think you did what you felt was right at the time.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, and like we can see our mistakes later kind of thing and wish for it, but, you know, at the time we just do what we can.
Yes, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure your friends and you often wonder why us gods cannot interfere in the realm, in the affairs of mortals, yes?
No, I always figured, like, you know, if you guys appeared kind of thing, the world would just, like, explode or something, you know, just go.
Well,
And,
you're.
like, Shai does, like, the whole hand gesture, the explosion.
She just smiles and laughs slightly. She's like, You're not. Well, you're not wrong. The world won't necessarily explode, but you saw the chaos that is the wicked terrain, right? How crazy the magic there is, and how some of the creatures aren't normal. If a deity was to enter the mortal realm for more than a couple minutes at a time, the world would slowly begin to change around them due to our radiance. It depends. Sometimes it'll do for the good. Others, sometimes we can bless something to make it better. Other times we could sadly curse it without our intentions being that way. That's why we have clerics and share our powers through you all. That way you can change the world how you see fit. We do not wish to control you, we merely wish to help you in whatever ways we can.
But could you, like, control me? Like,
Maybe. Hmm,
like,
never,
hmm.
never
Like,
once thought
being,
about
like,
it.
taking over my body without having your big powers kind of thing. So, like, you could see what's going on or something like that. Like, I don't know, would I be like a puppet? Would we be able to talk to each other in my head? Would you have control, or would it be like half and half, where I have the left side and you have the right side, and it'll be some weird wacky thing of trying to walk?
She just puts her hand on your head, just like gently. She says, "The way you are now, even if I was to enter your body in a spiritual form, your body might not be able to handle it. Maybe in the future, when you are stronger, I'll be able to, I guess, enter it for a couple minutes to help you. But at times, I am able to view the world through your eyes, but only for small glimpses.
Ah,
Only sometimes, like, at longest it's ever been was a minute, but that was it. Because I didn't want to hurt your eyes. I fear that, you remember when you were dealing with the poor soul pinwheel?
yes.
I had wanted to see how this. I had stayed in your vision for a little bit too long, and I fear the repercussions is now your breath weapon is holy. I don't know if
I
I
mean,
should say sorry for that or not.
that's sweet. I mean, I can do my breath weapon around my friends now, and it doesn't hit them, so it's like sweet.
True, but next time you might end up growing. Next time you might end up growing at least 5 inches taller, or I
I
don't
don't see the
know,
problem.
accidentally explode.
I still don't see the problem here.
Shy, I'll say. But anyway,
But if I explode, I'll be fine. I mean, I'll get better, probably.
oh my days. Yes,
But
that
what if I explode and turn into a dragon after?
if you or Pippers wish to turn into a dragon in time, find the right spells. Maybe I don't know. I'm not.
Wait, what does this have to do with Pippers? I knew it! He was secret.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying because I felt like Pippers was going to say something. I was getting ahead of
Oh
time.
no! I'm keeping myself quiet through this whole thing. This is Dust Shy's time. I just
Right.
interjected some jokes a little earlier, but that was about it.
Okay. But yes, Dashai. You know that snake that follows you?
Oh, the one wrapped around my neck?
Yes. It is another friend of yours for you. They are celestial beings who grow here in the upper planes. Normally, they only ever go down to your world whenever they find a crack between realms, or whenever we send one off as a mini messenger. This one had heard stories of you and wanted to help you. It is a friend. It will protect you in times of need. All I ask is that you please watch over it. While it's still young and cannot fully speak our language or even the language of the Celestials, it can understand you at times.
Nice. Well, I mean, it just rests on my neck, and I feed it fruit and stuff like that.
Well, there you go. That is more than enough, honestly.
Yeah, and then I tried to play a prank on my group where it's like laying on the floor acting dead kind of thing, and they thought that she strangled me, but it didn't work out. They knew I was being dumb.
Oh my god.
I poked you with the stick and you slightly twitched.
Yeah.
See, see, Snowflake, this is why you poke them. You gotta make sure they're not playing dead and being lazy.
Oh my
And then like when I get poked, my tail and wings twitch because I have no control of them.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
damn it.
But anyways, then
I'll show you now, Snowflake, I'll show you what happens when you poke a real dead body.
oh my days.
Get back here.
Oh my god. Anyway, she says, is there any other questions you would like to ask?
This one I don't know if you can answer, but why don't I feel anything?
She looks at you.
Like, I feel something for a split second and then it goes away. And I just act like I can feel that from that hint, but afterwards there's just nothing.
She just keeps looking at you with a sad expression on her face and says, "That's shy. If I was to tell you, we have had this conversation before."
Right, I would explode.
Yes, you would explode. No, she says, "If I was to tell you we've had this conversation once before, would you believe me?"
Of course I would. I obviously have terrible memory. I mean, can't even remember most of my past. So, of course I would remember, or not remember if we talked before or not about this.
That's shy. You're. As soon as she says that, the word she wants to tell you, you hear static when she says it.
I don't think it's static. I think it more just doesn't register in our mind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, your mind doesn't want to register it. Just makes it sound like it just makes it sound like it was just static in the wind, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she says the word. She says you're cursed, but when she says that, your mind just says, "I'm what?" Like, because in your head, it goes to your head, but it's like static in your head, and you're like your brain automatically just makes it disappear.
Right. I see? Question mark?
I see it's still not time. Then maybe one day we'll be able to figure this one out.
It would just be nice to, feel, because, the party seems to be great and they have fun and stuff, and, I just want to actually feel like I'm a part of it.
But you are, my dear. You really are.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I want to feel it.
Yes. Don't worry. I'm having a special friend work on looking for ways to fix that for you.
Is it Gil? Because he's bad at doing stuff like that. Do I have to punch him?
No, no, my dear, you do not have to hit the poor cursed mind flayer. He has already his own problems with that one who we shall not speak of. But
His
don't.
wife?
Yes, I do not understand why you all refer to her as that way, but sure.
I mean, she's always there, so, I mean, wife?
Yes. Well, she's more like a tormentor, but yes, let's just go with wife. Why not?
Right.
But don't worry.
Marriage.
I didn't want to make that joke, but I thought it was so easy to. I stopped
It was.
myself. But yes, she just says, "But don't worry. I promise you. Your friends, Mimi, Ashley, and she says another name. She says the name. She says the name Dawn, but your brain doesn't register that one as well. Are looking for a way to help you."
Gotcha. Mimi, Ashley, and Dee Dee.
She just hugs you.
Why did you name Ashley Ashley if you were going to name Mimi Mimi and the other one Dee Dee? That's weird.
I don't know, my sweet child. I didn't name them. They have their own names. And yes. And
Coincidence? I think not. Game
Huh?
theory.
God damn it. If there's any other questions, feel free to ask. If not, why don't you stay with me here for a little bit, and once that's over, our two friends will bring you back home safe and sound.
Cool. Do you have like pink lemonade here or something? I don't know. This feels like pink lemonade while looking out into the distance kind of deal.
She just snaps her finger and pink lemonade appears.
Sweet.
Yes. And you
I have
stay
the silly
there.
straw.
Yes, and the silly straw. God damn it. But anyway, you stay there for what feels like hours, enjoying the scenery, enjoying the relaxation, till you appear back on the mortal plane.
Oof.
If anything, it feels like it's barely been 5 minutes at best, but for there, it felt like hours. Time
Oh my
works
god.
differently in different realms.
I'm hours older than everyone. Suck it.
Oh my god. So, you go outside where you're greeted by Mimi and Ashley. And,
Hello.
and Ashley greets you. She gives you a big hug and says, alright, Dashai. Um, I'm not exactly as I appear to be. I've been kind of holding it in for a while, and I recently found this out, but, um, please promise me you'll still be my friend after this?
Why wouldn't I be? This is. Are you gonna explode into something cool?
Probably. Maybe.
Sweet. Do it! I knew exploding does good things.
Oh my god,
No-
floating does not do good things, you butt.
Nothing bad ever happens when explosions are around.
Oh my days. Right, so you watch as Ashley begins to glow. She begins to glow brightly until she starts to take on the shape of a snake with wings. Brightly colored rainbow wings. And you hear her talking to your mind. She says, hi. This is my real form. I don't know how I figured this out or why I forgot, but hi.
That's awesome. I enjoy this.
Well, out of character, you all know this to be a Kawato, but I doubt Dushy would know.
She does not.
No, she does not.
You sneak. Be sneak.
Yeah, she turns into a giant snake with feathery wings. She's like, um, right. So apparently I forgot somehow. I think I hit my head, or I don't know. I'm supposed to be guarding this place until you came along, and now that you have, I kind of am still the guardian, but not really. So I was given a new mission to try to do something to help you, and now I'm doing that. While also following another Dragonborn who keeps throwing fire at stuff, and he's kind of funny, but at the same time, he's kind of angry a lot of the time. I don't know what his deal is. It's weird. He's weird.
Sounds like a butt.
He is a butt, actually.
Ah.
But right, yes, I'm this. All I ask is that you please not tell anyone, because apparently what I am is super secret, and a lot of people would probably try to steal me and hurt me, and I don't want anyone to hurt me. Please?
No, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Besides, I'm sure like within a week or so I'll forget, and then your secret will be safe with me because I'll not even remember it.
God damn it, Dashai. Right, so she turns back into Ashley and just gives you a big hug, and she's like, "Alright, well, let's return back." Mimi said, and Mimi will just like pat you on the head with her chunk and tell you that she's going to be, now that her business is done, she is going to be staying. She made a promise to Pippers and be staying at the farm to watch over the kids.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So,
I feel like you said that people will hurt me after I posted make a good pair of snakeskin boots with a matching feather boa.
All right, bitch, I'm gonna beat you up. Bring it on. God damn it, Kyle. But anyway, right. So you take their hands and you're teleported back to your room, where after a few seconds, Ashley exits out your room and disappears to wherever it is she normally goes. And Mimi goes off to find the kids, just to sleep near them to make sure that they have nice, pleasant dreams. And with that, that was your adventure with talking to Dave.
How long
Hold on. Everything's breaking. Hold on.
Why do you think I record? To back everything up.
All right. But yes. I don't know if your question was how long you were gone. Honestly, you were only gone for like an hour at best.
I can't believe Pippers found a dead body, which turned out to be Benjamin's, and the bar exploded within an hour of Dushai being gone.
No, it didn't. You buy it. Right. So that was the end of all Dusha wanted to do. I'm assuming.
Oh, right. Quick message to Silver Moon kind of thing, explaining about the whole GIF attack if the guild hasn't informed them yet, and maybe to Golden Leaf as well. Basically, all areas that they've been to before and they know someone there.
Okay, you alert them, and your messages arrive. We are somewhat aware that the guild has been talking to us. We're trying to avoid mass panic, but we'll give you updates on what happens soon. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Right. So, right. I believe you wanted to buy some items from Gil. Because we
Yes.
talked about that.
That's right.
All right, real quick, we'll do that, and then we can go to the thing. Yes.
Yes. Go up to Gil and be like, I need stuff that's like bag of holdings, but aren't bag of holdings that like can only hold one item for each one, so they're not like together with other stuff.
Right. You're in luck, I think. One of my associates, this weird blue dragonborn, sold these to me. Apparently, they're only
Deal.
Okay. It's like you didn't even know what they. Okay, here you go. That'll be 150, please.
Ooh, cheaper than last time. Nice.
Yes, and he gave you four. I said, yeah, it was four. Essentially, four rings of holding. Each one can hold one item at a time. He even's just like, I'm assuming you're gonna use them for the bots.
Yes. Because I realized that maybe it's not so great to have them in the same, bag of holding.
Right. Here. Take this. And he gives you a box, like a small lead box. It's worded with multiple different seals and things to deal with curses. Once you put each ring once you put each book in the box, in the ring, put them in the box. It'll seal it even more.
Sweet.
The box is for free because you all are honestly the only nice customers I have. The rest either threaten me or keep trying to steal from me. So, yeah, just please keep doing that.
Yeah, no problem. And I also found out that your wife isn't actually your wife. Why did you never tell us this?
I never once called her my wife. You all assumed she was my wife. If anything, she's more like my patron, but at the same time an unwilling one. More so, I'm the unwilling one here.
Right. What? How does that not scream wife to you?
He does a hand gesture, just concerns, Sunshine.
Oh my god. Does that mean that Lucas's patron is also his wife?
Oh my god.
No.
Livia is heartbroken.
Nope.
Livia is
Big nope on that.
Oh, this telenovela got even better. I'm gonna get some popcorn.
Oh my days.
In this realm, is multiple wives okay? I don't know how this works in this realm.
I don't know I avoid that. Anyway, look, I'm sure you're gonna want 3 more in the future. I'll get to work on that, okay?
Yeah, as many books as there is. Oh, there was a thing that was brought up that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, Gothrat obviously needs a body, right? And the books are his soul.
Yes.
But where's his power?
Good question, actually.
I figured if you have people that could find that out.
I have a couple friends I can talk to. They deal with much more. He kind of like if he puts his hand behind his head to scratch. He's like, they deal with much more unsavory magic. But I'll contact them and let you know what they tell me.
I mean, isn't this technically the most unsavory type?
Listen, I keep cursed items away from civilization. They literally work with necromancy to preserve their lives. It's disgusting, but it is what it is.
That sounds weird.
You're weird. God damn it, does that?
Not wrong. Alright, thank you. Bye. So yeah, last thing I would do is put each book in the ring that I have, drop it in the sealed chamber, and then... Did he say is it safe to put it in the bag of holding or no?
Well, since they're in the box, that yes, they'll be safe. It's not. I'm not gonna have them open up a portal to the astral sea and you're dead. I'm not that mean. I'm not you, Kyle.
What? What did you
I
have
don't
never
know.
gone
I
to
don't
the
know. I
astral
don't
sea.
know. I just wanted to be a butt to you because you won't stop with the dead body poking.
I have good news, you know, if we ever do show up there.
I mean, nobody's stopping me. Poke, 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 poke.
See?
Stop it!
And you question why I'm
No!
angry at you, you butt. Right.
Find your own dead body.
I'll pick up that dead body. I have to revive it.
Oh my god. Right. So at the end of the 2 months, well, during the 2 months, as I said, Grim does come visit to stay. He's here to stay, and he gives you the book. He says, "I got the item you wanted. It belonged to my wife, Rosemary. He'll probably help you bring her back, if anything. Just don't ask how I got it. I'm not proud of what I had to do, but it's here now."
Oh, okay, I'll be sure to do that when I have the power to. Like, Dusha will look at him all confused, like, and be like, it must have been another thing she's forgotten.
Yep, definitely. He's also strangely covered in blood.
Oh, Cherry.
Get out of here. Right.
But yeah, I guess, like, during his free time, he would read the book, so.
Mm-hmm. The book he gave you is essentially just a diary talking about how Rosemary at one point found a strange, how she said it, a strange wet dog on the beach, which is Grim, and how she nursed him back to health, and how over time she slowly became kind of infatuated with him, but more so kept him out of trouble because he kept trying to fight with people who were just there to help him. And eventually she started to join him on his hunts for monsters. The last journal entry sadly says that she's sorry that she wasn't able to help him stop this one creature, and that she hopes he'll always remember her.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sure to bring her back when I can.
Yep. It also has like a bunch of you know how when you want to preserve a flower, you put it in between the pages and you press it? Kind of like
Yes.
that. It has some flowers pressed into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep those preserved as well.
But yes, that is everything that happens in the 2 months. And dawn of the final day, 24 hours remaining. No, I'm kidding. Right. So 2 months have passed. It's starting to become spring spring has kind of like a little bit passed. It's near the end of spring, slowly going into the beginning of summer. Because by the time you guys were in the Wicked Terrain, winter was almost kind of coming to its end, and the 2 months were essentially spring-ish days. Well, beginning of spring, and now it's like near the end of spring, so the weather's nicer now. No need to worry about winter clothing. Kyle!
We missed out on the Christmas episode.
We did, mostly because, like an idiot, I didn't do it properly.
There will be a summer Christmas, like on camping places.
Well, Miss Anne
Are
lives...
we in Australia?
Well, no,
No, sir.
Miss Anne lives in Canada. It's always snowing there. So, yeah.
Always.
Yep.
You guys don't have that on camping site? They do like summer Christmas? It's the
No,
most
they do.
ridiculous. Okay, cool.
Maybe.
I hate it.
and I live in Minnesota. I live in Canada Light. So,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that your camping site have like a tradition of making a Christmas day during summer, which
they
is
do.
and Halloween during summer. Like,
Oh my god.
it's like ruining the actual real holidays.
They
Oh
don't
my
do
God.
They don't do Halloween here.
I've
They can
seen it
most
this
people
year.
most people here think Halloween is satanic.
I had a feeling you were gonna go in that direction.
I mean, I've actually had people get terrified of me for my adorable black cat. So
Oh my god.
whatever.
Alright. Right. So as it is now nearing the end of spring, it's about 2 more days before summer. The guild, you all received a message personally from the guild master. Well, you all on your signias and your badges receive a message saying, "Will the members of the chaotic comets please report to the guild at your earliest convenience? There is much to discuss."
Do they have a little jingle that shows up before the thing starts?
Yes. Yes, totally. But yes. So if you
Are
guys,
we invited to a cherry blossom viewing party?
if you want to be,
What is it, Zordon?
Yeah.
Rangers, we have trouble. Shut up. So, I want that to be so. Oh god, I want to say that now. Damn it, Kyle.
That's the theme.
Right. So, do you guys make your way back to the guild? I mean, to the guild?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they made us wait 2 months and
They
we
told
were
you
like,
to
"Fine,
take.
we're not going to tell you the secret library codes."
They told you to take a break for 2 months, you butt. Not that they. You know, I'm not arguing with you right this. I'm done. I'm done. Anyway, so you guys make your way to the guild, where you are taken up to the guild master's room, where you see the vice guild leader, which is kind of like the second guild leader, to be honest, because she deals more with paperwork, while Clay, the other guild master, deals with talking to people, especially the dwarves, because they're all freaking stubborn as all hell. Anyway, that's more me projecting. Never mind. I'm getting way too into character. Forgive me.
It's okay.
I am. Jesus Christ. I really am getting too into character. I've been imagining how negotiations are going, and they're not good. Anyway, back to the plot. Right. Calm down, me. Back to the plot. Amelia says, "Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome back. We have, we have some news to report to you all. We've taken everything into consideration, all your reports, every information we could find on the Gif Yankee. We've even tried to alert the other kingdoms about it, but we're trying to do it slowly as to not incite mass panic. So far, it's been pretty okay. The Queens of Silvermoon have been more than understanding and are talking with us to try to make plans on how to help people in case need be. The dwarves, on the other hand, are all bickering amongst each other, and, well, it's annoying as all hell, to be honest with you, because they won't agree on one thing. One of them...
Beard lines?
No. Well, you see, the queen of the Duradar was more than happy to assist us in this time of need. It's just that her brother and, I want to say her uncle, are arguing, saying that they need to defend their borders first more than anything, and to be honest, I really, really wanted to punch them. Because they're being idiots. No, I couldn't. My brother had to stop me. He just, raises his hand and says he dealt with it because he's actually more patient than I am.
How can you protect your borders from something that's coming from...
I don't know.
Space?
I do not...
I
don't know, Crescent. I don't know. Apparently, they believe that in the invasion happens, they're not going to be invaded first or at all, so they want to make sure they stock up, pile on everything, and fight them on their own front.
I feel like I'm gonna make the worst joke I've ever made in this entire campaign.
They're not going to build a wall. Don't go there.
I was actually gonna say, are they gonna make a space force?
A space what?
Space force. Yeah.
No,
Like
I think that's where we're going.
not really. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out. No, apparently they're working on as many airships as possible. We've actually commissioned an airship for the guild to use it to move our members faster enough, but with how much time we have, it might be next to impossible. But unless the other two agree to work with the Queen of the Dirigar, they're not going to be able to move anywhere. We'll deal with that when time comes to it. Right. Anyway, well, good news though. The people of Westfall are more than happy to assist us ever since your one friend, a Misty Diamond, I believe the name was, helped the militia learn how to use their weapons properly. They've actually been a bit more better at defending themselves. Of course, we sent one of our guild members, Guinevere, to go help them train more properly and to instruct them on how to use armor. So that's a plus side, I assume. I'm gonna have to drink after this. So much paperwork. Right. Anyway, why we called you here? We need allies. We're gonna need as much help as possible. And the problem is this: the world's going to hell. During
Well,
the two
Kidding.
Yes. During the 2 months you all were taking breaks, we began more and more reports of different activities happening all over the thing. As it stands, the guild is stretched thin. I forgot to mention, as soon as you entered the guild, you saw a bunch of adventurers running back and forth. Some of the guild staff moving papers left and right, trying to get as many adventurers off into adventuring and stuff. So she's like,
This leads
Hmm?
this leads me to a question. Do I want to cast Grease?
Anyway, back to the point. So I'm just gonna ignore Kyle.
I stop Hippers. I'm like, nope, not right now.
Right.
Ah!
Right, so anyway, we're going to need allies. The reason I called you all here is because at this point, with all of our higher ranking members dealing with getting provisions here and talking to much more of the higher ups, you're the only ones that have dealt with a Gif Yankee. And as it stands, you are God damn it. Calm down, brain. The best possible team we have right now. I never thought I'd say that.
I didn't think you did.
I was gonna make a dumb joke.
Your
Do it!
Your alpha team, yes.
Do it!
Are we the first, last, and only line of defense against the worst scum of the universe?
Pretty much, you're the Guardians of the Galaxy right now.
So how much are we gonna be getting paid for this?
Right. Here's the thing. We have multiple sets of missions that need to be done because we have a set number of allies we can possibly find, which is why we're here. We have exactly 4 missions that I think you all would be interested in taking. Of course, they have a high pay for this. We're not going to ask you to save the world and not compensate you properly.
I'd hope not, but
Right.
hey, Sabby.
Yes, hi, Random Doggo.
Hi, boy. What you doing, boy?
Right. Here are the missions. Yes, here are the 5 missions, one's a side quest. But anyway, 4 important missions. 1, we've been getting reports from talking about the dwarves. They are going to be holding a competition soon to see who would best represent them in the coming war, a general, so to speak. Each one of the royalty is going to pick a champion. The Dirigar Queen specifically wants one of you all to be the champion for them. She believes that if an outsider was to kick the pants off their champions, the other twos, that you would be able to knock some sense into them, and she'd be able to get rightful control for now, and figure out a way to help everyone else.
I think everyone would look at Webby.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's actually what I was going for with this one. I thought you all would pick her, and I was hoping
And
Chris
then I
would
would be
be
like-
here, but no, he's not here.
Oh yeah, then I'll totally be like, okay, I know, I'm the strong.
We can still nominate Webby.
Yeah, I was hoping you all would.
Yeah.
Right, so the reason she would like you all is because she's heard of your accomplishments. She knows you're all the ones that actually saved Grimthor months back while they were twiddling their thumbs. So she believes if one of you was to take on the role, she of course is going to compensate you, but she'll let you know how much she'll pay you there. But yes, she would like to have one of you become the champion for her.
Well, I, I definitely think Webby would be up to the task.
Hmm.
I mean, she's the only one who would fit a title as a champion.
And she's probably the
Yeah.
only one that could probably survive said tournament or whatever it is they would go through.
What do you mean, Lucas? You remember you got that new strength of yours. You could totally do it.
No. I think it's really a Webby's thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, while yes, I am a bit stronger now,
I mean,
but
I'm giggling like
Webby's a bit more hardy than I am. She can take a hit and shrug it off like it's nothing. I've seen her get shot with arrows, bludgeoned, slashed with swords, and just keep on raging. Me, I feel every blow fully. I don't know how she does it, but
Also, if you recall, there was the time where that Yanti and a cowboy had hog-tied him.
yes, that was not fun.
Speaking of that, right, on to the next mission. We believe, well, I'll let my annoying friend tell you, and a blue dragonborn that you've seen around the guild. Dusha, you know him to be named Cedros. He teaches fighters on how to fight and defend themselves.
oh yeah, I remember that. You taught me all the shield stuff.
Yes, he comes in and says, right, so, without this, whatever I'm about to tell you is strictly need to know basis. And he looks to Amelia and she's like, she nods her head. She snaps her finger and the guild, like, you've seen this all before. A bunch of runes start to glow to make sure that no one spies on this conversation. Right, so for as long as the guild's continued, being inactive, we have something called we have a special branch called the Hunter's Nightmare. It's a subdivision of the guild where we deal in much more of the how do you call it? The underground, so to speak. You know, reputable stuff, all that crap. We make sure those people stay down and don't come up. Sometimes we make mistakes and then we put out bounties for them. The reason I'm telling you this is because we located someone I think you'd all be interested in killing. He's a sand goblin. He's a sand goblin. His name is I'm gonna call him Rocket. No, that's stupid. God damn it.
No, I'm the rocket of this group. How dare you?
It's Rocket for the salad.
Yes, his name is Salad.
He likes salad.
He does like
Right.
salad. Right. His name is Orko. Weird name for a goblin. Anyway, we believe he's tied to the warlord, the one you've all been. Not the warlord. We believe he's tied to the Broken Hammer. I believe you all are aware of that name.
Heard of it.
Yeah.
My keen mind will tell me.
That was months ago. Roll me a history check.
I don't think
Uh-oh.
I've ever heard that.
Oh no, my roll 20's disconnected. Oh.
No.
I think our paladin drow told us, right? About it.
Well, Benjamin knows about it. Well, he told you guys about it.
I'm also going to use guidance.
Okay. Ooh, boy. Dashai!
Oh boy.
Guys!
11.
Boy.
11.
Guys!
I mean, now you know how I feel when I was like, hey, there's a bunch of tracks and you all got nat ones.
Swabby, help us.
Eh.
Guys!
I mean, was I there during that
yes,
time?
actually,
Yeah, you're
Okay.
there.
Miss
Okay,
Anne,
I
you,
thought
you
I was
joined.
not there.
You joined around that time. Guys! Nice!
Lucas,
Why am I
use
the
your
only
guidance.
one?
Use your guidance.
What guidance?
The one that Pippers wanted to use on himself, but the spider was like, "Nah, I'm going with this lady."
Can
Or
I
with this
use
dude.
my inspiration? I don't know if it's enough. 18, but
Well, you can use your
13.
inspiration to re-roll if you would like.
Still, I how am I the only one that ended up in
sure.
double digits?
I never use it anyway.
Go.
Here's
Oh,
Oh,
thank
thank
you,
God.
thank you, Miss Anne. Thank you.
I like how we're just all like,
I don't know if we're gonna just kill this guy. I don't even remember this guy.
I mean, to be fair, we've gone through a lot of shit, so.
Yeah.
What were you gonna?
here's the worst part.
Yes.
It's established in Ink's backstory that she knows Benji because she used to do gang tattoos for criminals. So she should definitely know this, and she's like, "Who that?"
I know.
Who dat?
Right. Livia, you know to be the Broken Hammer as a criminal organization that deals with the most disturbed, like some of the darkest and most disturbing things, such as like that deals with the most like messed up crimes, such as animal trafficking, slavery, stealing ancient artifacts, all that stuff. Everything terrible you can imagine they do, and without any problems.
I relate the information.
You've actually killed two of their lieutenants, Rosie the Red and the anti-shadow paladin dude whose name I completely forgot because he wasn't important, to be honest. You remember that the group has actually killed two of their members.
Okay.
Mhm.
I relate the info.
Right.
Anti-shadow.
Creepy people, doing very bad stuff.
I honestly don't remember any of this.
That
But I
makes
do
sense.
remember meeting Loom. But other than that, I don't remember anything from that.
Right, so here's the thing. We believe that due to this invasion, they might be planning something to work with the invaders, and we're gonna need supplies. This Orcish, whatever the hell his name is, we believe he has a cache of weapons, magic items, and stuff we could use for the guild.
Uh-huh.
And we wanted to see if you'd be interested in killing him.
So, how dangerous is this Orca Icky man?
I was afraid you'd ask that. He says, I didn't want to bring...
Standard question.
I know, but I didn't want to bring this asshat in. And like you see him snap his fingers, and a human man, comes walking out of the shadow and says, "Well, hello." Oh, sorry, how's his voice? Well, hello there, everyone. Crowley the Raven, at your service. You want to know?
You.
Yes, hello, Ink. Pleasure to meet you again.
Wait, who are you?
I'm the one who paid Benjamin money for killing Rosie. Did he not tell you that? Oh, my feelings were hurt if I actually cared. Right. You want to know how bad this
Wait.
person is? Hmm?
Your name is Crowley the Raven?
Yes. It's not my real
See?
name, but you don't need to know my
See?
real name.
C-R-O-W?
God.
What? Reggie?
C-R...
I'm just making shit up. Feel free to veto this, but
Hmm.
I just shouted his real name is Todd.
That is not his real name.
Okay.
Yes, it's Crowley. Crowley.
So your name is Crow the Crow?
Never mind, anyway. Back to the important thing. I have a
Pardon
stake.
me.
I have a stake in this. I want the Overlord gone. You want his supplies. How about this? You kill this thing. You kill him. I pay you 12,000 gold. How's that sound?
Sounds fair. Also
What if-
sounds
what-
like the price of someone who's quite dangerous.
Well, yes, each one of his lieutenants is a monster. Besides, he stole something that belongs to me, and I would like it back.
Oh, it sounds like this mission just got a lot more costly.
Question!
Fine.
Question!
Yes.
What do we do if we don't kill him and we bring him back alive?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't care what you do with his lieutenants. Eventually you will have to deal with the Overlord, but for now, killing his lieutenants makes him weaker, and I picked up the scraps and made things better for all of us. As for costly, how's 15,000 sound?
Sounds a bit better. Now then, on to the important things. You said his lieutenants are monsters.
Yes.
So, what can you tell us about them? Apparently you know them.
Well, you killed two of them. One was a messed up Durgar who dealt in animal trafficking and made monsters. You killed him. I forgot to pay you for that. Here you go. And he'll just toss a bag of 500 gold on the ground if you want to take it, that is. Then you killed Rosie the Red, who dealt with slavery, right? For that, I wanted to thank you because now the Underdark's a little bit better. Well, the Sunless Road. And I, of course, picked up the nobles who dealt in slavery and made sure that they are properly disposed of. Not killed, mind you. I'm just making sure that they're getting the penance they deserve. Orcish, the sand goblin, he lives on an island, a fortress. He deals with artifacts. He steals items of value, magic items, gold, ore, everything you can think of. He's a collector. But the problem is, a lot of his collection could be beneficial to you all.
All right. Lucas is gonna just look back to the master, and it's like, so what do you want us to do
Well,
with this treasure trove of illicit items?
Well, if anything, the guild is not strapped for gold, so if anything, all I ask is that you please, if you find any ores or weapons, take what you would like and leave the rest for us, please. Any magic items, if you are to somehow get lucky to find a ship, airship or water ship or whatever, please let us know ahead of time and we'll decide from there. Again, any gold you can have for yourselves, just we need supplies to make sure our guild members are well supplied for the future.
Okay. Kill the wealth hoarder, redistribute his wealth. Got it.
Right.
Yes. I don't like making deals with criminals, but troubled times make for strange bedfellows.
Alright. Also, Fable, let me know when he's gone.
Okay?
So, Crowley was yes.
Yes.
What do you gain out of this?
As I mentioned, he stole an important item from me.
Which looks like what?
You kind of
look
like, you kind of see him, you kind of see like him kind of like not really say anything for a split second. He says, a hat. A magician's hat.
Lucian's is gonna cast prestidigitation and kind of like make it like a little hand-sized trinket representation.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like this.
Yes.
Top hat.
Yes, something like that.
Okay. Specific colors or anything we can look out for?
Specific colors. It was a black top hat with a red sash on it and a peacock's feather. It belonged, if you must know, it belonged to my father before my bitch of a mother killed him.
Alright.
And I would like it back. Other than that, everything else belongs to you. All I request is that you get your money and we part ways. How's that sound?
Ooh. I know this one. Your father was a stage magician and your mother was a real magician, and together they taught you the importance of both magic and cooking up a good distraction.
No, more like my father was a good man who loved magic and wanted to teach me the beauty of it, and my mother killed him because she got everything she ever wanted from his money, then proceeded to torture me for the last 20 years, and even in death she still haunts me. Does that answer your question?
D&D got dark this week.
Crowley is actually my first ever dark character, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's
Yeah, I just wanted to make a Dresden Files reference.
You butt.
yeah, that definitely does.
Suck.
Yeah, but I think I get the gist of it.
Mhm.
We'll keep an eye out for your lost family heirloom, and we shall do our best to provide its return.
Right. Yes, thank you for that. With that, I already told your. Well, I already gave your guildmaster a map up to where he is. It's. It's within the Sea of Ghosts. You're gonna need a captain. I already hired one for you all. She might be a pain in the actual ass, but to be honest, she knows what she's doing.
Whoa. The sea of ghosts.
It's just
Another captain, another boat.
it's an
Yes.
The reason it's called the Sea of Ghosts is due to the fact that not many of us sailors, I'm not one, but many sailors go into there. It's mostly filled with pirates, sea monsters, and other things.
Is there ghosts?
Sometimes ghosts, yes.
Sound
Why is it, if there's not that many ghosts, why is it not the sea of pirates, sea monsters, and other things?
The Sea of Ghosts
So
sounds
that sounds
cooler.
awful.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Sea of Ghosts sounds cooler, dude. I don't know. He doesn't say that. Darn it, Pipper! Don't question my name and send you bite.
Pibbus, I think it's because the place is haunted.
Probably.
That's what I just. Okay.
I don't know, but I've hired you a captain already. She would like to meet you all at what's it called? Solantia. If you are inclined to take it. There's no set timeline for you to do this. Do it at your time. But remember, the longer you take, the more time you won't have to prepare for the war. I mean, well, the invasion. Sorry, I didn't mean war. That was actually slip of my tongue, not him.
Ah! What is it?
Absolutely nothing.
Do another mission we have to do besides these two.
Right. There is the fact that, and with that he'll leave. Right, so the problem is this. It was the Dwarven mission.
Yeah.
The Dwarvish one, this one. We have an idea of where we can get allies. And Clay will say, right, now it's my turn. I am affiliated with a... I hate saying this. That's actually in character, not out of character. It says, I'm affiliated with a vampire queen. Her name is Rosie. Well, not Rosie. Something with Rose. Rosemary. Is that what I called her? I don't know. I wrote her name down, but I forgot it. God damn it.
Rosalia.
Rosalia. There you go. Thank you.
Pippi? Who the hell is Pippi? Webby.
It's
Why
not.
in the world did I say Pippi?
I don't know. Her name is Rosalia. She's a vampire queen, and before you say anything, she's actually somewhat her clan, maybe, I don't know, noble vampires, whatever. They study arcane knowledge. Some of it is ancient knowledge that might be helpful to us or everything. Apparently, they live on an island where there's a bunch of lycanthropes that we could probably ask to join us.
Oh, Pippers becomes a Pippers werewolf. I'm excited.
The problem is, she said she'd join us, but she wants someone to deal with the lycanthrope on the island. Not to kill them, but to see if there's a way to make peace between them.
And where is this located again?
It's in the Sea of Ghosts.
Who has the map? Who has a map that we can use? I would really like to know where we're going.
The Guildmaster will pull out a map. I believe you guys are on the main map right now, the world map.
Yep.
Right. Problem is we don't actually have a set map of the world outside our borders, so it's in this direction actually. Off here.
Oh, great.
Again, if you don't want to, you don't have to. We can always get someone else to do it, but I assure you the reward will justify the means.
Question:
Yes.
Is she a good queen or is she a killer queen?
Killer Queen.
Oh my god.
She's a killer queen.
Nice.
So
Nice song
Killer
reference.
So Killer Queen appears and starts planting bombs on you guys. No.
Does she-
Oh,
So does she have dynamites with laser beams?
Yes.
oh my god. Oh,
I'm sorry if this is too much.
how can we see you if you don't have a stando?
But yes, please, the Guildmaster will honestly just put her hands together in like a pleading motion. I understand this is too much to ask for, but we are stretched thin, and you are the only ones that seem to have been able to do the impossible so far.
Well, what do the rest of you think? Think this is...
Money.
I think anything's possible for a possible.
Alright.
We're
Well,
gonna die anyway.
Olivia, what's your opinion on this?
I mean, any mission, I guess. I don't know. I hate them all. But
Baby, don't hurt me like this.
the
Speaking of,
vampire one specified arcane knowledge, so I mean that does tickle my interest a little bit, but
speaking
I'll
of
go with the
which,
group.
Livia, I think it's time to tell them about the library.
What?
I mean, we're gonna be invaded soon, and I'm sure a bunch of those books could help with the defenses and stuff.
I suppose. Alright. So there's that library, super old, super lot of books, very nice butler. I'll show you the rooms to teleport there.
It's super nonchalant, Miss Livia. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, Lost Library, as she said, has a bunch of knowledge.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for these rooms. We'll make sure that we'll respect the library 100%. We'll only ever allow any of the higher members to go, only if needed. We don't want to intrude any more than we have, but thank you nonetheless.
And I'm just saying, any magical scrolls, anything like that is, like single use, could you, stash it for me?
Olivia here gets first dibs, basically, is what she's asking.
Yeah.
That is 100% fair. We're asking more than enough of you. That is something we can 100% do for you. No problem. Thank you again for this. We could definitely use the knowledge to preserve more of this land. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Right. As for the last one more thing though. One last thing. Something of interest, I think. A couple of months ago, you all saved Silver Moon, yes? Well, turns out that their sister kingdom, the Coral Kingdom, where King Neptune resides, and yes, he is King Neptune, King of the Sea. No, where the Queen's sister, the Queen of the Sun's brother is sick, and apparently there is a bit of a plague there. The king would like to ask for your assistance.
Another one?
Well, no, it's not in the sense that they're it's more like they're becoming sick and they're having nightmares. But some of the sick members haven't woken up in a couple days, and they're worried if this continues, they might die. It's not to the point where they're becoming spiders. We kind of made sure that if that was the case, we were going to lock them down and never talk to them again.
Still, one plague plagues one kingdom, and then another one plagues another.
Yes. The problem is
Sounds like the job is for me.
Yes, the thing is this. If you do accept, you're going to be given the high honor of going into the what's it called? What do I call it? Not the crystal, the coral palace. It's a high honor only so many people have been allowed to see. See, the Coral Kingdom has a couple of lands, a archipelago, so to speak, on top, but underneath is where the Tridents and the Sea Elves reside. Not many have ever been able to go down there, and times are dire, so you'll be able to see an experience no one has ever seen before.
That's interesting. I like that.
I thought you
Much
might.
less, intense,
Yes,
destruction, and all.
yes, it's actually quite beautiful from what I've heard. It honestly, apparently, it resides with some kind of special elemental magic that they were able to build it and preserve it for so long. I thought you all would enjoy that one. It's a much more easier and beautiful sight, if anything.
So I kind of feel like with these missions that we're splitting up, we're like within teams of two, basically.
Yes.
I don't know. Shouldn't we just do the sea-related ones and keep the dwarf one at the end, maybe?
Well, to
I
make
agree.
this a bit easier, the dwarves aren't going to have their tournament till a month from now, so you have time to do anything else.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we should probably do the Coral Kingdom since it's a plague, and since the Silver Moon one got bad where I couldn't heal a bunch of people, maybe it's best to do that right away. Then go to the Underdark, deal with that.
When did you guys go into the Underdark? What?
What?
The Sunless Roads.
Why are you going there?
Yeah.
Not the Sunless Roads, but deal with the people that came from Sunless Roads kind of deal to get their supplies and stuff.
Oh, you mean the Overlord? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
That boat we have to take, where is it?
it's at Solantia.
Where the heck is that?
It's the City of Dragons. It's to the left.
To the west.
Yep, to the west. Here on the map. I'll ping it once I
This?
go to the actual ping feature instead of the.
I just couldn't read that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
so-
I should have probably changed the color.
So we go to Silver Moon, which will take us to Coral Kingdom.
Couldn't we just tell that boat to just go to Silver Moon, and then after the coral we grab it at Silver Moon and we just freaking go?
We can arrange for that. Yes. By the way,
I'd like to go to Salvantula. It's been a while since I've been there. See Phelan, maybe.
If you want to.
if this makes it easier, we actually got permission to teleport you all into the Coral Kingdom itself. One rule, one restriction though. Unless you have proper permission from the king himself, please do not copy the runes for the teleportation. It's kind of a secret there. I'm sure he'll let you if you help him, but for now, please be on your best behavior.
Well, I can't do anything with them, so...
I know, but I understand Miss Livia here is a wizard, and arcane knowledge to wizards is like candy to a baby, if anything.
Well, I mean, their secret is safe with her. I mean, she totally wasn't going to give you guys the library access.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's usually very tight-lipped about secrets.
Right.
Yeah.
I will, as usual, be under my best behavior.
That's all we ask. But yes,
Or just sneakily steal it.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at Olivia. It's like, you've been hanging with Lucas way too long.
But yes,
I'm proud.
This one should be relatively easy. Just find the source of the sickness, deal with it, and move on.
Do you know what some of the symptoms are? Because maybe I can start looking into it.
Well, the best we can understand, we had some of our guild medics examine some of the sea elves and the tridents that have been dealing with it. It seems to only affect waterborne creatures, or water elemental like creatures. Apparently, some of the symptoms involve blisters appearing on the skin, warts here and there. Some have fallen in comas for days, and it's only affecting them. When some of our guild members have been coughed on or even sadly thrown up upon, they haven't
That's
contracted
gross.
and yes it is gross contracted any of the symptoms. Whatever it is, it's targeting only them.
Why do you say that's gross when you poke a dead body with a stick?
It's because I'm not touching it.
Oh my gosh.
That's so gross. Alright,
Anyway, I'm down with the sickness. I don't know about you guys.
Kyle, you
Yeah.
you
We're
saw
just
your
having
chance.
a normal one tonight, aren't we?
Yes, I'm proud of that joke, but damn it, Kyle.
For the laws.
Yes, if you're ready, we can teleport you there quickly.
Wait, 1 second. Livia.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to teleport us to the library real quick, because maybe we could get a book there real quick, and then come back, and then, we go there.
A book for what?
I don't know, plagues that only affect water creatures?
I also want to go talk to Gil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't have the spell prepared today.
Alright then. Show
Unless
them
you
the...
can retcon that I do, but...
How about this? Since we're asking so much of you, for you all that wish to, how about this? You all get ready for your own things. We'll teleport whoever wishes to go to the. You'll have access to the teleporter. We'll take you to your library. Then, when you all return and ready, we'll teleport you to the Sea Kingdom. How's that sound?
Perfect. Livia just needs to tell them the runes, and then I can teleport there.
Okay. You all do that. Right, so Livia and Dushai, you go to the teleporter to get teleported. We'll deal with Pippers since he's here real quick. What do you want to do with Gil, Pips?
I want to try to find a bag of holding.
I thought you had a bag of holding.
I have one that I made, but now I have an idea of what to do with one of my artificer abilities
I'm scared.
that I want to do.
I'm scared.
It's nothing. It's literally not going to be anything you'll ever have to worry about.
Okay.
I am dead serious. This is not me building building the Pipper's plane with a giant Pipper's head in the front with the magic mouth spell on it.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Suspicious.
Okay. So, Pippers, you go to Gil.
Yep.
Who appears to be packing up to run away in case shit hits the fan real quick.
Wife putting up a big old suitcase with her tentacles.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Gil.
Yes, yeah. Oh, hello, Pippers. It's a pleasure to see you again.
I just wanted to know if you had like a bag of holding or something like that.
Yes, I should have a bag of holding. Do you want one? Oh wait, no, that's a bag of devouring. Never mind. Yes, I have a bag of holding for sale. Since the world might be ending and you're my best customer, I'll sell it to you for about $2.25. How's that sound?
$2.25 sounds about right. I have a question now.
Yes.
Bag of devouring, huh?
It's cursed. I'm not selling it to you. I swear to never sell cursed items to customers. Well, mostly ones that I like. If I didn't like you, I would have sold it to you for fun.
I'm very tempted to get the bag of devouring.
He's not gonna sell it to you, no matter what you tell him. I swear.
But I could use it for fun things. We could shove bad guys in there while they're alive and get eaten.
That sounds very terrible, Pippers.
I'm sorry. I know what it does. I know what it does, and it's great.
Right, Pippers. Here, take this.
What is it?
He hands you a note with a symbol on it. If you ever somehow, for some weird reason, out to sea, and you meet a, if you ever end up on an island filled with okay, how do I explain? If you're ever on a random island filled with an old man named Poe, show him this symbol. He'll know what it means.
There's an island that's filled with old men named Poe.
Yeah, that'll be my question.
Once, listen, there's a group I'm a part of, or one that specifically. Fuck, right? Look, the world might end, and we're probably gonna need help. I don't know if you ever plan to go into the Sea of Ghosts whatsoever, but if you ever find that, take this. Right? I did roll for this, actually. I'm not kidding. Look, if you're ever there, show him the symbol. He'll know you're a friend. Okay? In case you want to run away and hide amongst them, show him the symbol. If not, tell him I sent you and that I'm getting out of hell, getting out of Dodge, probably sooner rather than later.
Okay, sign it. Why did my pen autocorrect a P? What the hell is wrong with you?
Out of character. That's actually what happened. I wrote down "give note to Poe" and it autocorrect to P. What the?
Okay, listen. The order is called the Order of the Awakened Mind. I think Livia would actually be interested in meeting them, because there's people like her. Kilish Star.
Kilish what them?
Kilish Star. She told you that, didn't she?
Right. Yep. Yes. Sorry. It's
There's people.
Never heard of that before.
Yes, they're a rare breed of people. They're kind of like gypsies going from place to place. There's a small community of them there. In case she ever wants to meet them, that's her best chance to.
I think in a world they deal with a bunch of, like, dream demons. Well, technically aberrations.
I don't know what the hell they deal with. All I know is that they live there, and that's it. Just in case you ever see that, just show them that, okay?
Okay.
Livia, do you deal with dream demons?
Oh, Livia went with Dustshy to the library. I'm assuming you're with Pippers and Gil's shop right now.
Okay.
Any other cool items you got?
Besides a couple of rings that could hold multiple, like one item, Dustshy bought all of them.
Monkey paw still?
The monkey paw's still there. If you touch it, it's gonna curse you again.
Pippers, don't you touch that.
Didn't curse me last time!
Yeah, but that's last time. This is this time. Pippers, do not test your luck.
Oh,
Is that Pipper's thing, just wanting to touch that every time he goes?
Yeah, I feel like it.
Pippers, if you are cursed and turned to stone, I will not be dragging your stony ass back to the farm.
So it's a monkey paw. We could get a wish. I can wish for a turkey sandwich.
I can make you a turkey sandwich.
But it's not a wish turkey sandwich.
No, these references.
Alright, fine. I won't steal a freaking monkey paw.
Is the monkey paw still flipping me off?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I flip off the monkey paw.
It flips you off even harder, and you can tell because it's blurred even harder.
Thank
I double deuce it.
Just
What?
stay safe, guys. Please. Just stay safe.
We will do our best to. And well, hopefully things don't go belly up.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that again.
I mean, this guy seemed to be out for your kind. Gil, I don't know why, but I would say try to be safe.
Yes.
It's a story older than time itself. It really is. Maybe one day I'll tell you.
Beauty and the Beast?
Is it a story about how your kind usually likes to suck brains?
Yeah, honestly, to make a long story short, my kind, at least the stories we learn from when we become part of the Elder Brain. A long time ago, so many thousands of years ago, we once ruled a kingdom, the GIF, as they call themselves, were our slaves. Then they rebelled against us and almost brought us to extinction. And, well, we ran away.
Well, I mean, not to be mean or anything, but you can't really blame them.
I don't, but I don't blame them, and I don't agree with what a lot of what my he kind of quote unquote does the quote fingers say my brothers do in the Underdark. Hell, when I actually grew a conscience, I rebelled against them. It's why I'm here. If I go down there, I'm gonna be killed, and up here, I'm gonna be killed too.
And now you're a happily married man running a successful shop.
Not even that's not even successful. If you call it almost getting robbed every other week and rocks flying into it every so often, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, you might want to invest in some security.
Can I ask you a dumb question, Fable?
Yes.
If Gil cries, does like one of his tentacles in his mustache wipe away the tears?
Yes, actually, I've always thought of it like that. Yes, it does.
Be careful, Gil.
You too, guys.
Yeah, call us every now and then or something, okay? I'd leave you my phone number, but they don't exist in this world. And also, Monkey Paw.
No.
I'm not touching it. I know we've had some hard times, but there's one thing I'd like to say to you.
Oh my god, what are you gonna say to it?
Yeah, you can flip me off, but I can flip you off with both hands, because I got two of them, sucker!
Gil just face palms. Never change, Pippers, never change.
Alright, Pippers, come on, let's stop talking to the disembodied hand.
Screw you, Monkey Paw! Be safe, Gil. We care a lot about you. You're a good guy. Screw you, Monkey Paw!
Lucian's just gonna kind of start pushing Pippers out the door.
Oh my god.
It's like, come on.
Also, you have a very lovely wife. Bye!
God damn it. Oh, right. So, Lucas, Gil, he calls out to you. He's like, "Here, take this," and like he throws you a vial. It appears.
What is it?
It's called the Potion of Defense. It might come in handy in the future. It's on the house.
Has it been tested?
Yes, it's been tested. I'm not going to give you guys false items. Well, maybe Pippers, but to be honest, not you guys.
Aww.
Get out of here, Pippers.
Well, I don't blame you for wanting to give him false items and he constantly openly talking about stealing your stuff. That's kind of a bit of retaliation, possibly. But what is this supposed to do?
Just like the name implies, it's the weakest one so far, but it should give you a bit of a boost to your defense. Mechanically wise, it'll give you a +1 to your AC for a minute. So in battle, if you are to drink it, which is a bonus action, it will give you a +1 to your defense for exactly 60 turns.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 turns.
Right.
10 turns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why did I say 60? Isn't that like an hour? Yeah.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Sorry, my bad. Yep, for exactly 10 turns.
Okay.
There you go, my dudes.
Thank you very much, Gil. I appreciate it very much. And I'm sure it'll be put to good use.
Hopefully it is. And with that...
And outside, Pippers is dumping all of his stuff from his old bag of holding into his new bag of holding, and ignoring the little voice in his head. It's like, wonder what would happen if you put your bag of holding in your new bag of holding. You think you'd be able to carry twice as much stuff?
Lucas is he just gonna walk out and see him doing this? If Lucas sees it, he's just like, Pippus, no.
I'm just transferring stuff. I'm just transferring stuff from one to the other.
I see. Just be careful not to put that one bag in the other one. You
Don't worry.
It will be very bad if you do. All your stuff will be lost, and you will be lost as well.
Oh, don't worry. Like, I am not that. Hold on 1 second.
And I put the bag down inside the other bag.
And don't.
Okay, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. Redcon, I'm just joking. I don't do that.
You better be joking. I'm not asking you to roll me a new character, Kyle.
Boy.
That would lead to a whole new mission. Save Pippers. He's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
You're gonna give someone the heartache, Pippers.
And can give all of us a heart attack.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just transferring my old stuff into my new bag.
So, Pippers, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Never mind. I just realized what I was going to ask, and you're probably not the man to ask.
Nope, you can ask me.
Nope.
Now you're just gonna make me curious, and I'm just gonna bug you for the rest of the time home.
Nope. I don't think this is a good idea. Nope. I just realized you, being a kobold, and what you've shared with us about your relationships. You're probably not the best to ask for relationship advice.
I mean, you can listen. What's the worst thing that can happen if you ask me?
You'd probably give me some very bad advice.
Yep. And so, if it's bad advice, then you know what not to do.
I just want to save us both the time and.
No, too late. I'm curious now. Come on, dish girlfriend.
What? What do you think it means if someone stares at you a lot?
Well, back when I was back with my clan, there was three things. Okay.
I'm scared.
I went outside.
I went outside quick while doing the Pipper's voice, and people stared at me.
Oh no, Peppers. Kyle.
Got him.
Wait, how'd you go outside?
I was filling up the bird feeder quick because we have squirrels that are going crazy on the bird feeder.
Do you have
It's
a
fun
wireless headset?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, that explains it then. Because I was gonna say it shows you're not on your phone, so. Okay.
Can I just say, why is it that the artificial tears they gave me help me for 30 minutes, then burn my eyes for the rest of the day?
And because they suck.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be high quality.
it may
High
just be
performance. It's written on it.
it may just be what's in them that doesn't agree with your eyes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, guys, that doesn't work.
Yeah,
I know
mean,
some people dilute it with water as well to
that might help.
soften it.
Yeah.
What? Use water?
Yeah,
Use
like
use
dilute it
water
with
to
some
dilute
water.
it
Yeah.
to make it a little less potent or
Oh.
strong or
I don't know.
harsh.
My water is kind of shit.
Boil your water. Do
Yeah.
what I do. Boil it.
Or if you have a purifier.
Boil it, then
Cauldron.
purify it. There we go.
And if you have like a water
Okay.
filter purifier thing.
All right. So there's actually four things. I'm sorry. There's four things that when someone stares at you for a long period of time, that's a good indication. Okay. The first one, they want to kill you. That's the first one. The second one, they want to eat you. That's also bad.
Okay.
Third, I feel like if I do this, the DM's gonna hate me but it's implied.
You're honestly to say they're
Okay.
interested in them, you bitch.
Yep, I'm talking about snooze too. Anyway.
Alright.
And the fourth one is if they really like you. I mean, marriages in my clan were not common, but it happened every now and then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do I tell which is which then?
Well, if they come close to you, if they're staring at... Okay, so for the first one, if they come running at you with a sharp pointy stick, that's a sign they're angry at you. If they're coming at you, snarling with teeth bared, they're probably gonna do the second one.
Alright.
The other two, that's a bit more nuanced, you know? The first one. Third one, I don't want to get into that one. There's children present.
Right.
Hi, kids!
Bye,
Kids, what?
weird kobold.
Kids, why are you standing here and staring? Go! Don't you have school or something?
But can I ask you a question? But sometimes it's not something you can just see. Like, for instance, just sometimes things just click and, it's not easy to tell sometimes. Sometimes it can be really hard to tell. But, just do your best and always act like who you are. Don't try to pretend to be someone you're not, because eventually if you do that, you are going to keep playing that game until it gets to the point where you got to hide about everything that you like.
Pippers, you do remember I just the other day told you I've been pretending and lying about who I've been the entire time.
Exactly. I didn't forget that. That's what I'm saying. You did a good first step doing that. And stick with it.
I am trying. It's just I'm now trying to figure out who I am when I'm not trying to pretend being someone else. I've been so many people throughout the years. You knew Lucien Amore, the extravagant Duke son. I was also at one point I was known as Lawrence Fairfield for a time.
Lawrence?
A very skilled sailor from a different continent.
That does sound like a Lawrence, alright.
I was also ran around as a Lance Pendragon for a time. Kind-hearted thief who stole from the rich and gave to the poor.
Lance Pendragon?
Yeah.
I don't know why that name makes you laugh. I don't know why.
And then I was also
You're a man slapper.
Cody, I hate to say it, you come up with another Pipper's alias.
Perfect.
And then, last but not least, before I took on the Lucian one, correction. This was one of my first ones. I was a Luke Winchester, a suave and sweet-talking musician.
Did he fight demons?
No, wait, why? I was a musician. Why would I fight demons?
I don't know. Seems like a Winchester thing to do.
I don't know. What kind of Winchesters have you known? Wait, should I be worried now?
I don't know. I think as long as you don't... I've only met like 2 of them. They were kind of weird. And they kind of went through a lot of like weird teen drama, so...
I hate you, Kyle. I hate you, Kyle. Save that for Monster of the Week. Save that for Monster of the Week, you butt. Save it for Monster of the Week. Oh,
But yeah.
please.
Now, but Lucas isn't like another guys, right?
No, that's my, well, that was the name I had at the orphanage. Is what I knew growing up. So
Yeah, but let me ask you a question, though. All the things that you did as Lucian,
yes.
would they have been things that Lucas did?
That's a good question.
I'm not talking like schmoozing up plant people and all that stuff. Would Lucas have, taken in a kobold who slipped on cat shit?
Actually, he probably wouldn't have. Now that I think about it, I guess,
But you did. And you didn't do it just because you were using an alias named Lucas. Lucian, damn it, I mixed the two up. Okay, let me start again. A lot of the things that you've done, and the things that you and I have done together, that wasn't just because you were calling yourself Lucian. That was because you were being you.
Not wrong.
I mean,
how do I know though what I did was me and not me pretending to be him?
well, for one, you're still here. You didn't just bail.
Well, honestly, I thought about it a few times, and I
Yep.
really considered it.
Get string out of your mouth. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Lucas crushed cheese on string.
Sorry, Link
I
was
never
like
had it.
eating. Link was eating a string that was like a mile long, and I actually had to pull it out of him.
Ew.
Yeah,
Animals be weird.
yeah, they are. Anyway,
But yeah, Lucas. You were using the name Lucian. It's no different than me using the name Pippers.
That's not your real
To be
name.
honest with, no, my real name is Garu. That's the name I was given when I was hatched.
Ah,
I changed it because, well, my entire family I grew up with is out to kill me.
Ah.
So,
well, if it makes you feel any better, you don't really look much like a Garu. You look more like a
yeah,
Pippers.
thank you. But, yeah. I changed my name out of necessity. I'm not sure if it changed who I was as a person. So, maybe, you think you have been lying this whole time, but I don't think it's that easy to keep up a lie of everything you do just because you used a different name and a fakey accent.
Freaky accent. I'm insulted. I thought that was one of my best ones.
It was alright. Out of curiosity, did any of them use a cowboy accent?
Well, hey, howdy there, partner.
I declare! Anyway,
How about you and I mosey on down to their old saloon and toss back a few cold ones?
I'll do that later. Partner. Anyway,
Yeah, I am quite skilled.
yeah, that's too bad, I guess. But what I'm saying is, sometimes you just gotta stick to your guns, and I personally think that, yeah, you have been saying you're somebody different, but to be honest with me, if it makes you feel any better, I personally don't. To me, you're the same person you were a couple days ago. You just change the last few letters of your name.
Well, thank you. I will admit that my concern and worry for all of you is probably more me than what Lucian would worry about. He's considering what I made up for his life story. uh, but hey, Savvy, how dare you come and hit me with your ears? That's mean. But anyway, Lucas is just gonna kneel down and just kind of just hug Pippers. Thanks for being a great friend, Pippers.
No problem, Lucas.
I hug him back. Also, I have a question for you.
Yes. Damn
What
it!
is Pipper?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to the DM to decide. Cause fuck.
I'm gonna give it back to you like right away.
I
It's
know.
a joke. It's just a joke. Just to lighten the mood a little bit. Pippers feels like the mood's gotten a little bit dark, so he just wants to lighten the mood a little bit.
Alright. Well, let's see. I still got one forgery kit left.
Oh my god.
I still
By the way, is this your forgery kit?
What the? How did you? What? Oh, right, the
Hey.
gloves you got.
Also, 2 words for you. 2 words for you, Lucas.
Yes.
Master Detective.
Might have to change that to Masters. Oh, Master Sticky Fingers.
It doesn't have as good of a ring.
You're right.
You know I'll never steal from you for serious. I only do it for joking.
I know. Maybe we have to give you a nickname of Sly Cooper.
Only raccoon I'll accept is Rocket.
Well then, Lucian's just gonna take his kit back and put it away. Not really sure now we need to use this again, but couldn't hurt to hold
You never know.
I've gotten quite good at using it. I mean, you saw the disguise I made for Lucian.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty convincing, right?
Yep.
You know,
I also have disguise self too, so I can actually cast. I can make myself look a lot different too.
oh, that is good. Only downside though is that it takes a bit of time from what I've learned, and well, it lasts only so long, and it can be dispelled or seen through.
That's true. I think it's just gonna. I think my disguises that were too weird. People probably look at my disguises and go, "There's no way someone seriously is just using that as a fake disguise."
You never know, but
That's true.
it's always good to be prepared.
Alrighty. So you guys are done with your chitty machatties.
Yes, Chimichai is done.
Alrighty.
Cheating me chatties.
So Dashai, you and Livia are teleported to space. Okay, no. Anyway.
Oh shit. No air there.
I'm kidding. No. Okay. So Dashai, since you and Livia are now at the library, Dashai, roll me an investigation, or roll me. You're probably gonna ask the caretaker for help, right?
Yes.
Alright.
I will.
So what are you gonna ask him specifically?
Is there any books about plagues or diseases specifically only targeting like water creatures and elements?
I believe so. There are many ones. There is gill rot, which is a type of disease, type of sickness that makes the gills within the fish rot away. Hence the name. Scurvy, strangely enough.
It's more like ones that don't affect other types, like land-based creatures or humans.
Ah, yes. I believe I I believe we have something. It's called Leviathan's Wrath. Strange name for it, but wait, no, Leviathan's Curse. Here, let me give you the book. A book comes flying into your hands.
In the face, dead.
It's not hit you, you butt. It is a book talking about a disease, type of disease that was created by sea hags. It's used as a way to control water creatures to their bidding. If they don't want to be controlled by them, they use it to enforce their will upon them. It has the same symptoms, the ones that are affecting the people of the kingdom.
Okay, and what is this called?
It's called Leviathan's Curse.
Leviathan's Curse, and you said it's a sea hag?
Yep, it's created by sea hags.
Okay.
Nasty, 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 nasty creation. I believe we had gotten rid of it a long time ago, but to see it returned.
Yeah, this might be what's affecting the Coral Kingdom. Cool, thank you. And then I'll head back to oh, God.
As I say, beware, Miss Shy. This may not affect land creatures, but hags nonetheless are dangerous in their own right. It's very well. Come again anytime you need information. And he goes back to doing what he normally does.
Cool. So I'll go back to Libya and be like, did you find anything you wanted before we head to the Coral Kingdom?